All right. Good morning, true art believers. This is Drawing with Pearson. Like an hour ago, not even an hour ago, like 30, 40 minutes ago, was Painting with Pearson, which was me painting. But now I'm drawing because I'm trying to do drawing and painting because drawing's quicker and painting's take too long, and I need to improve my drawing. So this is one way of me improving my drawing is by actually drawing. And I think I need more variety in my work. Burgers are cool, bodybuilders are cool, but I actually like drawing with charcoal and enjoy it. So today's session, I'm just going to, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just going to kind of mess around with values, drink some coffee, have a good time, be jolly, and correct anything that I see that is off. Now, again, I already know I'm coming with the impression that everything's already kind of off anyways. Excuse me, I gotta drink some water. So things are kind of off anyways, so I'm at an advantage in that sense, and I don't have to worry about being wrong. So I this time, if you haven't noticed, I kind of scheduled my live stream. I'm going to start doing that a little bit more. If anything, schedule it 10 to 20 minutes ahead of time, so that I am a little bit more prepared. In this case, I spent the 10 minutes sharpening my my pencils here, so that I was able to, so I don't have to do that during my drawing session. Now, first thing I'm noticing with my portrait of Jim Morrison, and unfortunately, I don't know if I have enough time to like do these huge changes, is it feels, oh yeah, I made him have a stronger jaw. I can try to tweak some of it. I'm going to do a little bit of that. I'm going to try to file off a little bit of his jaw so it's a little sharper. Because now keep in mind, you can't do, like, at 5 hours in, I'm getting to the point where the image is kind of visually locked in, and what I mean locked in is it's hard to make changes, drastic changes. Unfortunately, it's not like a Photoshop drawing where you could just erase the layer. Here, it's a little bit more difficult because the changes that happen will be apparent in the final product. So you got to be very, very aware of that. So already what I'm doing is I just kind of trimmed down his jawline a little bit, made it a little bit more of a sharper angle, and I think that makes it feel more like the photo or the image that I'm drawing from. Just a little bit. Maybe I exaggerated this side, the cheekbone, a little bit more than was necessary. At this point, I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess around with it a little bit more, but at this point, I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna do much more changes to the chin. I don't think it's necessary. All right. So here we go. Time to work it out. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit by trimming off the chin a little bit. Making the angle a little bit more extreme seems to have made it more like Although I see myself trimming back out. Hey, again. Again. Gosh, you guys, everyone's got to excuse me. I have been fighting a nasty cough. Like, I'm not sick. I feel like allergies. But it's been very disruptive with everything as of lately. I can tell that I'm going to have trouble with the chin for a while because of I'm noticing it. And I'm trying to remedy it. And it's, when you're doing these portraits, man, it's like, geez, these tiny nuances, that really push it visually. Like these nuances that really make it feel like, oh, that's him, or that's that woman, or that's that guy, And it's aggravating sometimes. It's frustrating. You're like, oh gosh. And now that I'm noticing, like, what the problem with this chin is, right here, the swoop, I'm not giving enough room below it, right here, to make it look like that. And I could have been. What may be the case is I actually need to lower the chin, and keep. Yeah, I might need to lower this down a little bit. So that it feels, because I think it's wider on the bottom here. And that will change the angle of this the side of his jawline if I lower down the his chin, and it'll cause the jawline to have a sharper angle. Yeah, so I'm changing the jawline a little bit. So I might have been right on the actual where I was drawing the lines for the side of the actual jawline, right? They might have been pretty good. So I might put those back down just a smidge, and then I'll just lower his his chin, and then we'll go from there. We'll use that. Yeah, I think that's starting to look more like him because of the small nuances. I'm changing that. It's like I have just enough space to really change his jawline and his chin that it's able to work. Now, bear in mind, it's not going to look like this. I'm not going to have this this funny looking chin. I'm just erasing the area so that I can have a little bit of wiggle room to work with. So it's not going to look like this, obviously. So we'll he's still got a wide chin kind of showing, so we're gonna emphasize that, and then we're gonna have to manipulate a little bit more of that area, and that's going to take a little bit of tweaking. So I might come back to that in a second. Let's see here. It's not, to be honest with you, it's not really a good idea to be doing major changes this far into the drawing. But it's also, I think it's good practice for me to be able to notice these problems and try to correct them without without ruining the image. And that's hard. It's hard to do that, to be honest. It's really hard to make these type of visual changes in your image. So what I'm doing is I'm giving Jim a puppet chin, and so it's going to have a hinge on it, and I'm going to draw a little string. And hello, I'm Jim Morrison. That's how I'm going to do it. Have you heard my music before? Okay. I think I'm at a good spot to work. I don't think it's, I need to trim down this side a little bit. It feels kind of cartoonish. And plus, his chin on this side slopes differently. Than on the other side. Just making the adjustments. I think this helps. I think that's made it slightly more like the photo. Because now I have a little bit more space underneath, and I wasn't addressing that. Maybe I wasn't addressing it because I was ignoring it, or maybe I just didn't. It just didn't. It wasn't apparent at the time. So that's one thing you got to think about. Is you never, you don't always notice all these issues just right off. I know for a fact that I'm going to be dealing with this side over here, and it's going to drive me bananas. Okay, a little bit better. See, that's the thing. It takes a little bit of humility to kind of to really say, you know what, this is off, and then try to correct it. You don't get that anymore. Yeah, you don't get that. No one wants to recognize anything wrong with our drawings or try to improve. Or you do, but only in the upper echelon, like the true professionals. But there's this group, there's this area of artists that are kind of stuck, and it's not because they're not talented, it's because they need to kind of self-reflect a little bit. And I fall victim to that too. I'm probably in the same rut, to be honest with you. I think my drawings have improved. My paintings, to some extent, have. My burger paintings feel like they're going backwards, but that's fine. I think you have to go a little bit backwards to kind of go forward. And the reason why it's going backwards is because I'm actually increasing the the paint volume that I'm using on the paintings themselves. Because I'm doing that, it's causing me to it's not causing me to question anything. It's just like it's putting me in a loop, throwing me off because I'm like, this feels way too thick, you know. Need to load up on that vitamin C. If I keep talking, I'm probably gonna spit coffee on my my drawing here, and then we'll be in trouble. Yeah, that chin is going to drive me nuts. I'm really trying to see it. I'm not really seeing it. Yeah. Close. Again, I may be exaggerating that slope on his chin, but it feels like it's sloping more on this side. Okay. So there's these times in the day that your mental clarity is the highest or higher than normal. And I'm kind of getting that feeling right now. So like right now I'm really seeing these value tones a little bit better than a little bit easier. They're coming off they're just popping off the page more than I normally see them. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. Ah. Aha! I know. So another thing, disadvantage of like photos is, if you're copying, yeah, but if you're trying to draw what you kind of see in real life, you're not gonna see, uh, uh, you're not gonna not be able to see these things in real life. And what I mean by is like in the photo, I can't really see where the chin ends and begins on the photo. It's like it's all a blur. Like, and if I'm trying to render that and show that there's a chin there, not just a dark void of black space, I need to know that. And so I'm manipulating that to work to my advantage. But I don't know if it's working. I think I see it. I think it's farther out than what I'm giving credit to, and I think the hair goes farther out than where I started to render it at. So because of that, I gotta blur that out a little bit. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think we are. I'm just gonna keep on going the way that I'm going, 'cause that's how I go. Yeah, it's getting somewhere. I'm still having trouble because I can see on the photo that the chin's, his cheekbone on here is a little farther out than I'm giving credit. But now I'm like, where is the hair beginning? Because I can see the hair starting to come in, but I want to know exactly, and so I'm just kind of making it up, and I hate making up spots in drawings. I like to know what the structure is of the thing that I'm painting or drawing, so that I'm able to model it better. Because I'm trying to model, I'm not trying to just draw or recreate from the life. I'm trying to model my drawings so it feels like the photo or the image, but it's not. I'm not copying. I don't want to just make a copy. There's a lot of people that do that already. I don't need to make copies of images. Just take a photo of it. Then if you're making a copy, just blow it up to the scale that you want it, and boom, you got it. Save yourself the 1,000 hours. But there's people like that, and I don't, and there's nothing against it. I don't have anything against it. I'm just saying I don't make copies. I'm trying not to copy things because it's a lot more work than I want to spend on something. And not to say I'm not lazy, or to say that I'm lazy. Just I don't. I'd rather have more of something than one or two pieces because, yeah. There's certain parts that are still really looking pretty good. I think the left side's looking pretty good. I think, but the right side's starting to teeter a little bit, and that might be because I've changed some stuff that I thought needed to be changed, and now I'm going to be struggling again. I thought it needed to be farther to right, and maybe. Oh, wow. Who'd have thunk I'd be twiddling around with the right side so late in the game. It might just be a value issue, like the values might be off. So I'm gonna have to. I'll add some values in there and see if that issue kind of rectifies. Shoot, man, I'm pressing hard today. What a day. I might just have to forget about getting a total likeness and really and the whole side plane of that chin, because at this point you get like only hints of the reflective light. Goal is to keep moving around and try to see things that you normally don't see, and really try to model those forms and not worry about whether you're correct or you're not going to be 100% correct. And if you go in with the sole goal of capturing exact likeness, you're coming in with the wrong the wrong mentality. So you don't want to come in with that mentality, or else, because you're going to set yourself up for failure. The problem with this photo is I get kind of confused on the where's the dude's eyelids? You know, they're kind of masked in ambiguity. You know. Woo! We having fun yet? Are we? We having fun? I'm probably not giving my enough credit to the this top part. Probably need more area. So I'm going to draw some. It's going to raise that up a little bit. Yeah, I need more area. I'm not giving enough spacing up top. Like right here needs to be raised up a little bit. It definitely needs to be higher by a little bit. And I probably need to go a little bit more to the more area on the left side. And I probably, because of that, I have to open all this up. I don't know. Oh, hey there. 12 minutes left. Just in deep focus. I haven't even looked at the screen. All right. Great. can't back out without messing my image, man. I just want to back away for a second and see what I'm not seeing. I'm getting that left eye really good. The right eye, not so much. I feel like I'm making the head wider than it really is. The nose may be off. All I'm seeing is the mistakes, is what I'm trying to get at. It's like all I'm seeing is just mistake after mistake, and it's making me feel like I'm distorting it. And I'm trying to come at my drawing with a fresh eye each time, and at this point I'm like, oh, I'm seeing all the stuff that I'm doing wrong, because now things are starting to get now there's parts that are really right visually, like within the context of the drawing, and because those are correct in the spot that they're in, now I'm seeing is these errors that I missed, but now it's too late, you know. And that's the thing, I'm not going to spend my time, as I said, making corrections on this drawing. It'd probably be easier just to almost, once you do this one, it'd be easier to do another drawing. I feel like I may have made them too wide, or the face too wide. This side feels right. When I get to this side, everything, the spacing feels a little off on things. And I'm trying to do whatever I can to remedy that. Okay, that's it for now. It's developing. I got 2 more hours in. I'm going to do 2 more hours, and that I think I'll be done. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might leave the background, like, I might end up toning out the hair a little bit more, or I might leave it more gestural, because I'm really trying to get this locked in. And maybe next time, if I ever draw it again, I'll be able to get more of this quicker, or if I have more time. I'd like to do 14-hour drawings, but I don't know if it'd be worth it. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Again, if you want to follow, if you want to share, leave a comment, like. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Matt Pearson Art, or you can visit my website at www.mattpearsonart.com. Thank you.